That's right. It's the reigning, defending, undisputed, most secret podcast in the fucking world. Nobody Asked Shawn. Welcome back to the show. Feel good. I had a lot of breakfast tacos this last week, migas tacos. I'm willing to say this is my controversial take for the week. Not even controversial. The best breakfast item in the world is the migas breakfast taco. I don't care where you get it from. I've never had a bad migas taco. They're great. New York niggas up north swear by the bacon, egg, and cheese. And that's a good sandwich. And I don't even eat bacon like that. But that's a good sandwich. But that's just not fucking with a migas taco, bro. And if you don't know, if you never had a migas taco, that's on you, nigga. A lot of niggas who never had a migas taco, like, nah, bacon, egg, and cheese, you just never had it. That's how I know you gonna say. If you still talk about bacon, egg, and cheese, you never had a migas taco. That's what I'm gonna say. Fuck out of here, nigga. That shit's better than all your shit. I make this episode short. A lot of times I say that and I end up shooting a fucking long-ass episode. But this gonna be... If this is 12 minutes, I worked too hard. This is what I want to talk about. All that shit online about niggas not wanting to work. Of course niggas don't want to work. I think that shit is mad funny where it's like the signs is on the buildings. It's like, oh, we're understaffed because people would rather be at home collecting unemployment. It's like, absolutely, nigga. You think I'd rather be at Wendy's getting fucking yelled at by somebody because I gave them a fucking chocolate frosty instead of a vanilla frosty than at home fucking playing video games? These fucking CEOs be getting fucking multi-million-dollar bonuses at the end of the year, but then say, oh, we can't afford to pay people more than $15 an hour and all that shit. It's like, nigga, pay niggas. Nobody wants to work. Like, even people who think they want to work, they don't want to work. They need to work. Even people like when they talk about somebody that's like the hardest working guy in showbiz or whatever, it's like, that's not work to them. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing it because they think it's work. They're doing it because that's what they're passionate about, and it makes them a lot of money. Like, this nigga Kevin Hart, hard work. It's like, well, yeah, nigga, he gets to do comedy and movies and shit. But that nigga wouldn't be doing that shit for the love. If niggas told Kevin Hart he had to work just as hard to fucking lay down tile as he does to do comedy, you think they'd be like, no, nigga, unless it made him that type of money. But that's how you know how shitty most jobs are, is the unemployment money ain't even that good. Like, I'm in Connecticut. Unemployment in Connecticut is better than most states, but it's not like flex money. You know what I mean? Like, niggas ain't out here flexing off unemployment unless they put unemployment scam. I had a homie told me a story about a dude who did some unemployment scam, and they gave him $10,000 that they wasn't supposed to really give him. And he immediately bought a truck and a bunch of drugs and shit, and then he went to prison. And I say good on him. I think everybody won in that situation. He got to spend a little time riding around in his truck on fucking Percocets, and the prison system got a new inmate. That's a win-win. You know what I mean? Everybody got what they wanted. I mean, it wasn't going to last forever. You know you're going to ride around a brand new F-350 forever, nigga? High on Klonopin? Fuck out of here, nigga. You stupid. But I'm losing my point. My point is, that's how much most jobs suck. Some people complain like, why should someone at McDonald's make $15 an hour? Why should it be make what I make? Because you treat them like shit. The job sucks on its own, and they're not treated well on top of that. So it's like, of course, give them a little bit of money. Everybody wants to be better than somebody else. That shit is so whack, bro. Like, let niggas eat. Everybody wants to be superior. Like, niggas don't want to be making the same as a Wendy's employee, because then you ain't gonna be able to feel like you better than that nigga. You're not better than that nigga that work at Wendy's. You just don't mind selling insurance. You think selling insurance is more valuable, like to Earth than fucking giving niggas a burger? Hell no. Niggas crave burgers. I've never once craved insurance. I've needed insurance. You know what I mean? But I never like woke up in the morning like, damn, I could really go for some insurance right now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Niggas have woken up at 1:30 in the morning and be like, oh shit, is Wendy's still open? I'm gonna rush down to Wendy's. Nigga, give me a fucking 4 for $4, a Baconator. No one has ever said that about insurance unless they realize, oh shit, I just got into an accident and I should probably, damn, I wish I had insurance. You're not better than niggas that flip burgers, but you want to feel better than them, so you don't think they should get the same amount of money. Nobody wants to work. Sociologists and anthropologists have studied world history. They say we work more now than even hunter-gatherers worked back in the day. They say hunter-gatherers used to work like 20 hours a week, and then they would just be fucking off for the rest of the time. You know what I mean? Spinning dreidels and shit. I don't know if hunter-gatherers had dreidels, but they had some version of it, some stone object. There's all sorts of things hunter-gatherers could have done. They was playing pin and tail on a donkey. I'm sure they had pin and tail on a donkey, right? That seems reasonable that they would be pin and tails on donkey. That might have been the original version, like an actual donkey, not the fucking something that's painted on the wall. They was actually harming mules and shit. Yeah, we not supposed to be working this much. That's not what niggas don't. I don't live to work. You know what I mean? There's stuff I want to do, I'm passionate about, but hell no. That's why it's so funny when you apply for a shitty job, like when you first start working and you working for a job and they want you to do a cover letter and they want you, and in an interview they ask you like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And they want you to say, I want to see myself moving up the corporate ladder. Like, nigga, I don't want to do any of this. Nigga, if I'm here in 5 years, please blow my fucking brains out, nigga. Some of these jobs, I'm like, yo, if I'm here in 5 years, that means I was too scared to kill myself 4 years ago because 1 year is way too long to be working at a shitty ass job like this. The fuck you mean I want to see myself in 5 years? Elsewhere, nigga, that's where I want to see myself in 5 years. Somewhere else. Working sucks. People want to do stuff, but people don't want to work. Like, there's stuff that people want to do. Yeah, I mean, people want to occupy their time, but people don't want to work. Even niggas that's passionate about a job don't want to work. You know what I mean? They want to make money. If people love working that much, then people wouldn't love vacation that much. I know niggas that's always on vacation, and they always smiling. Have you ever met somebody that's always working? Niggas do not be smiling, bro. There's nothing to smile about. Niggas want to be in Tulum on Instagram flexing for their 1,200 followers back at home. They don't want to be at work. You can't flex at work. You can't flex at work unless your job is in entertainment. You know, entertainment or catering to the stars in some way. Like, I mean, like if you was a jeweler, you could flex at that job. Like, yeah, this nigga Kevin Durant just came in here a couple days ago, had to get it, yeah, I mean, put the diamonds up to his neck and shit, put the chain on him. But if other than that, niggas don't want to work. And I get it. Like, niggas is giving out signing bonuses now. That's so crazy. I drove by an Applebee's. That shit said $500 signing bonus for new hires. And that sound good if you a nigga that eat at Applebee's. You like, $500? That's $50, $10 2-for-1 entrees, nigga. Hell yeah, I'm working here. But that's the last $500 check you gonna see for them niggas if you working at Applebee's, nigga. You gonna be seeing $300 checks. Honestly, I wouldn't even take a monetary signing bonus. I want a fucking extra PTO signing bonus. That's how you wrote me in. If you tell me no holidays, no weekends, and extra PTO, that's the signing bonus we're looking for. Give niggas a reason to work. That's what I'm gonna say. Next topic. So I saw that. I didn't even see the full video, but the shit when Kwame Brown was shitting on Matt Barnes and all them about various things throughout his career. But one of the things I want to talk about is this is something that's been annoying me a lot recently. Is Kwame Brown has said some shit. It was like, they called me a bust, but I put my mom on a golf course at 17 years old. How could I be a bust? It's like, nigga, because you were a bad NBA player. That's how you were a bust. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. I remember a couple months ago, Russell Westbrook had gotten to this thing with Stephen A. Smith, where Stephen A. Smith was like, Russell Westbrook is not living up to what he could be in his career. And then Russ was like, I'm already a champion because I fucking, I made it out the hood. It's like, yes, and I understand that, bro. Let me not pretend like I don't get that. Like, that is a win. But we talking about basketball, nigga. We're not talking about your fucking life success. We talking about basketball. If you went to a restaurant and you ordered a steak and that shit was raw and you sent that shit back, you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's not a very good steak. Is the chef going to come out and be like, nigga, I put my mom on a golf course. I don't give a fuck what your mom is doing, dog. I want a better steak. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if Kwame Brown's mom was playing golf when he was 17 because he made millions. I'm talking about, were you a good basketball player? You weren't a fucking standout basketball player. You went number one overall, which is what, when you go number one overall, you have expectations to be better than you were. That's the whole point. It's like that J. Cole line in his album. It's like, if you laughing at a millionaire, you losing or some shit. It's like, niggas are laughing at you because you had bad raps. They're not laughing at you because you had $1 million. Were you confused about that? Is that what you thought niggas were saying? Like, ha, this nigga J. Cole got $1 million. This is a silly ass nigga. No, they were laughing at you because you said niggas thinking they the shit, but they can't out fart me. That's why they laughing at you, because that line was horrible, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Niggas always trying to throw their money in your face. I don't care about how much money you have. Yes, if you took care of your community, if you took care of your family, that is fucking admirable. Now go win a championship. If you have $1 million, that's beautiful. Now go give me a better album. And J. Cole, I haven't heard the whole album, but this album is better. But my point is, that's what niggas is asking for. We're not auditing your finances and trying to see how much money you made. That's not how we're measuring success. That's how you measure success. That's fine. But when we're talking about basketball, we're talking about basketball. When we're talking about fucking raps, we're talking about raps. Fuck your money, nigga. I don't care. That's all there is to it. So, to Kwame Brown, to Russell Westbrook, to J. Cole, 3 people who will never hear this podcast, I say congratulations on your success, but please do better in your profession. Time for Nobody's Asked Shawn. Send your questions to nobodyasksean@gmail.com or Nobody Asked Shawn on Instagram. First question: can anyone out Pizza the Hut? Okay, now this question is like I solicit questions. I ask people to send in questions, and some of them are fun and games. Some of them are more in depth. But when somebody asks me a question like that, it's a little offensive because it's like, ladies and gentlemen, the viewers out there, we all know the answer to that. Can anyone out Pizza the Hut? I wish I was in a classroom full of kids right now. And I'd be like, kids, can anyone out Pizza the Hut? Because everyone would shout, no one out Pizzas the Hut. No one out Pizzas the Hut. You know this. Like, to even suggest that someone could out Pizza the Hut is like, and now you put me at a bad position because now I have to explain to Pizza Hut Corporation why I have viewers that would even suggest that someone could out Pizza the Hut. Now that's fucking up my chances at a sponsorship. Because you know what I'm saying? No one out Pizza the Hut. We know this. We know this. You know this. And you know you're wrong for asking me this. Don't do some shit like that. Don't try to fuck up the bag. Don't try to fuck up my success on this podcast. My limited success on this podcast by asking me a question like that. Nobody out Pizza the Hut. Nobody. So anyway, next question. If I had a superpower, what would it be? Teleportation. Flight would be the most fun, probably, but teleportation is the best. Obviously, you've heard me in previous episodes talk about how much fun it would be to be Spider-Man. Flight would be cool. Super strength. I don't like teleportation. You don't need most of that shit. You don't need to be super fast. Even if you can't teleport super long distances, you can teleport several times over short distances and achieve long distance travel in that way. So you don't need super speed. You don't need super strength because you don't need to be fighting niggas. You can just teleport over here, punch the nigga in the face, teleport over here, punch the nigga in the back, teleport over here, trip him, teleport over there, fucking put him in the hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's the perfect superpower, teleportation, or the Zach Morris freezing time superpower from Saved by the Bell. That's top tier as well. Freezing time is being able to step out at the moment and just be like, all right, this nigga's about to punch me in my face. What can I do? That's essentially teleporting too, in a way, because did Zach Morris have to go back to the same spot? I think he had to go back to the same spot he was in. But still, you could kind of, give you time to fucking, like, that's like on-demand meditation. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can immediately have time to just step out of the moment and say, all right, how can I fix this? You know what I mean? What can I do? You know what I'm saying? You talking to a girl and you ain't got no pickup lines, you could step out of time, go on Google. How does Google work though? Like, does Google stop? Even you don't even think, you could just think of some shit. You know what I'm saying? If you was about to have sex and you couldn't get it up, you could then step out of time and fucking get it up, and then step back into time and be like, all right, boom. And she like, what happened? You were just struck. Don't worry about it, baby. So that's another great superpower. So those would probably be the two: teleportation or freezing time, like Zach Morris. How is outer space so dark if our sun is out there? All right, so basically, it's mad space. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no light in space, really, and space is a lot bigger than people give it credit for. Like, we think of like, okay, like, for one thing, we think of all the planets being like on a line. Like, the sun is here, and then it's Mercury, Venus, Mars. You know what I mean? My very educated mother just gave me 9 pizzas or whatever the fuck. Whatever your version of that mnemonic device is. But there's like millions of miles between planets. There's like several light years between us and our closest galaxy. So it's just like the light ain't going to spread that far. And even though you're like, whoa, it's bright on Earth, how is it not bright in space? Well, nigga, we got an atmosphere. Ain't no atmosphere in space. The atmosphere is what influences the light to look bright on Earth and not out in space. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff in space. It's mad space between here and Earth, and everything is dark, and that shit is cold, and space is mad scary. You ever see that video where it takes the planets and it shows the scale of the planets, like from the smallest planet to the biggest planet, and I think the biggest planet is it Jupiter? Whatever. And then it's like, okay, then you show our sun, that much bigger than Jupiter. Then it goes to the next smallest star, and it's that much bigger than our sun, which is bigger than anything you can find. And then it just keeps, it's like these fucking giant ass stars that are like out. It's like, that shit is scary as fuck. Like, niggas are so insignificant on Earth, man. So just don't worry so much. You know what I mean? It's dark because it's dark, and just be good because This shit don't matter, nigga. You was tiny as fuck. What are 5 books that you think everyone should read? I don't know. People's tastes are different. I'll give you a book I think a lot of people should read. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. It's an account by was that by Elie Wiesel, or was it from I'm gonna put the book here. I can't remember the name of the author. It wasn't by Elie Wiesel, but it's basically a philosophical exploration for this Holocaust survivor. One, it kind of tells the tale of his survival of the Holocaust and his life afterwards, and the second part of the book is kind of just like a philosophical, like existential crisis about like, yo, am I a religious person? Am I not a religious person? Does this shit matter? Like, is there a moral arc to the universe? Is there a God? Is there not a God? Like, are humans inherently good? Like, it's such a like an amazing kind of journey into like a person's mind who's lived through one of the most unspeakable horrors we've ever seen on Earth, and then like how that affected him going forward. He became a philosopher, and he was just like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna try to do all 5 today because I haven't given this question as much thought as I should have, like in advance. But also, I want to spread it out. So I'm gonna say that's one book I would suggest the most. I don't think it's a book that everyone should read necessarily. I think it's a book that I would recommend to most people. This is a real human story and journey. Have I ever played those Burger King video games? Probably not. I can't remember. I gotta look them up again. I don't know. Sorry, I haven't given this as much thought as I should. Anyway, that is the show for this week. Like and subscribe, save, share with your friends. Trying to grow this podcast, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get bigger and try to get better, increase the production value and everything. But I appreciate everybody who checks it out. And as always, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.